And here they come forth from the ocean like monsters of the deep. Here he is, Sebastian. Ha! Here she comes, the siren of the sea. Beautiful mermaid, hello. How was it?
Awesome.
Well done, well done. Hi, I'm Phil Tacata. I'm the instructor of classes at the Petaluma Wildlife Museum and the proud director of the Petaluma High School Marine Science Program. It's November 2021, and the bullwhip kelp forests off our Northern California coastline are in a state of crisis. These kelp forests are the marine equivalent of terrestrial rainforests in terms of biodiversity and productivity. The kelp is the cornerstone of the ecosystem. It provides shelter and serves as a base of the food web for the seemingly infinite menagerie of organisms that live there. However, a recent explosion of purple sea urchins off the California coast has offset the balance of this precious marine habitat to the point of near extinction. The urchin hordes ravage the kelp, unchecked, raising the life-giving algae and leaving a desolate barren in their wake. Northern California coastlines have lost over 90% of their native bullwhip kelp forest ecosystems over the last decade. This loss of California coastal biodiversity is tragic both on an ecological and economic scale, as hundreds of businesses on the North Coast dependent on tourist revenue have been forced to close due to the dwindling recreational sports fishery and the now defunct recreational abalone fishery, which has been closed indefinitely since 2018.
So we typically see around 24 to 26,000 divers coming to dive and rock pick and collect abalone, but they're also coming with a lot of their friends and family. It's estimated that the recreational red abalone fishery is worth about $44 million to the local communities and to the fishermen who are participating in the fishery.
Silver's at the Wharf is a full-service seafood and steak restaurant and 17 lodging rooms, which are used principally by fishermen. My name is Jim Hurst, and we are in front of Silver's at the Wharf in Noyo Harbor, Fort Bragg, California. The impact of the abalone closure is somewhere about $30,000 to $40,000 a month. That's attributed to loss of food sales and lodging sales. Once you lose that business, you don't get it back.
So why is this happening? Why are there so many kelp-killing urchins off our coastline in 2021? And what happened to the creatures that used to keep them in check? There are three main species in Pacific kelp forest ecosystems that fill the niche of urchin predator: an amazing fish known as the California sheephead, a giant predatory sea star known as the sunflower starfish, and everyone's favorite super adorkable urchin-eating machine, the southern sea otter. Historically, kelp forests with healthy populations of all three of these urchin predators have been incredibly lush and highly productive. However, each of these three urchin predator species are so efficient at their role of keeping urchin populations in check that the presence of even one in a kelp forest can rid multiple square miles of coastline from urchin domination. The problem is, in Northern California, we've lost them all. There hasn't been a viable population of sea otters north of San Mateo County since the late 1800s. We can thank Russian fur traders for that ecological travesty. California sheephead found their way onto Bay Area menus in the early 1980s and have since been overfished. Today, there's less than 50% of these urchin specialists along our NorCal coast compared to historical populations. And in 2013, a terrible oceanic epidemic known as sea star wasting disease ravaged Pacific Coast starfish populations from Alaska to Baja, Mexico, dropping multiple starfish populations as much as 85%. The apex predator sunflower starfish was hit particularly hard and is now locally extinct in California waters. Then came 2014. A warm water mass brewing in the North Pacific, known as the blob, exacerbated the already rising oceanic temperatures here in Northern California. it raised the normally frigid 50-degree waters as much as 10 degrees. Bullwhip kelp thrive in cold, nutrient-rich waters. The blob not only raised coastal temperatures, but affected local upwelling rates and nutrient availability. The usually fast-growing bullwhip kelp became overly stressed, and the growth and recovery rates of those kelp forests diminished significantly. But how bad did it get? Well, the coastal coves of Fort Ross, Sonoma County, about 90 miles north of San Francisco, are traditionally flush with lush bullwhip kelp forests. They're a spear fisherman and abalone driver's dream. This is what Timber Cove looked like in 2014. What does Timber Cove look like now in 2021? To answer that question, I enlisted the help of 3 of my favorite marine science alums. Issy Barnes, Mars class of 2016. Sebastian Gonzalez, class of 2020. And Jack Dalton, Mars class of 2020. The day before Thanksgiving, the 3 aquanauts and I traveled up to Timber Cove, just north of Fort Ross, to get in the water and see for ourselves. Check it out. All right, we got Sebastian and Issy here. Jack is up in the water. How you feeling, Issy?
Good.
All right, let's go get some of these urchins.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be great. Sebastian, how you feeling, my man? Hell yeah, let's get some urchins, baby.
Heading in now? After this bucket, and then we'll go fill up the next 2. They're recording right now.
Here come the returning champions. Jack is coming straight into the shore. How is it out there, young man?
Nothing, man. Couldn't find them.
I see 2 buckets full. Wow, big reds.
Oh yeah.
Big guys. This beautiful red urchin. Now they're not too filled on the inside. There's not a lot of seaweed out there, but they're growing. They're doing their thing. Sebastian, you have a good time diving?
Yeah.
Man, just what was it like down there?
It was crazy. It's just all purple. Just all urchins.
No kelp, huh?
No.
Oh, it's crazy. Beautiful. These are red sea urchins, not our purple strongulus. Just look at it move.
Wait, is it red or is it
Look at it
pink?
move. These guys are red.
What is it?
Here, hold it still for a second so I can watch it move.
These small ones, these are the strongulus. These are the...
So wait, these 2 are the same kind?
Yes. These are red
Oh.
sea urchins. You usually find them more down south, but you'll find them up here as well.
Cool.
These are awesome. All right, let's see what's inside one of these guys. Opened up before, guys. This is,
Hell yeah.
you know, this is
It's
crazy.
still alive.
Look at
Oh my god, wait, they're beautiful.
There's your,
Wow.
that's your,
There's the
Aristotle's
gonads.
lantern
Wow.
in here.
Yeah, that's eaten.
Look how tiny the gonad are.
I didn't see any kelp when we were down there, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they're eating something. And then there's nothing much of the gonad
Nope.
that's in there. So these are not going to be very edible. Put it in your mouth.
How's that?
It doesn't taste like a whole lot, to be honest.
I'm going. Actually, oh, Jack, eat.
It's definitely buttery.
Yeah.
Like creamy.
Oh, wait, that's actually so good.
It's super. Sebastian.
Sebastian, it's actually so good.
Oh my God, Sebastian.
Oh my God, hey.
You eating it?
Yep.
Isn't it good?
It's kind of delicious.
I agree completely. I think it's delicious.
A few minutes later.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. How you guys doing?
Excellent.
Man, I was so happy for you guys out there. I was a little envious. I was having merman envy. I wish I could have been out there with you. Izzy, what was it like down there?
It was awesome. It was just, horrible because there are urchins everywhere, but I had a blast. I like to breathe underwater.
Right on. Jack, how about you?
It was really, really cool. Yeah, they're like literally like everywhere. Like every surface in that rock area is covered by purple sea urchins.
I was curious, how are the starfish? Is there starfish out there?
There's a few big ones. I didn't see a ton of small ones. Like I didn't see any bat stars.
Yeah, most of them were just
You
massive.
saw one? Yeah,
I
most of them
also
were
saw
just like
one.
the big starfish. I saw 0 bat.
Jeez. What else did you see? Sebastian, what else did you guys see down there?
A bunch of fish, decent amount.
Right on, man.
All purple.
So,
Big abalone.
There was some abalone out there that we saw.
wow. That's good news. That's hopeful news if we can ever get a kelp force back. So I guess that comes to my next question. Was there any bullwhip kelp out there?
No.
Gosh. You guys, this cove that they went diving in 5 years ago is just, known for being a giant bullwhip kelp field, and it's just gone
There
now.
was not a single. It's either rocks with urchins or sand. There is no bullwhip kelp.
That's so crazy. Why don't you guys hold up a couple of these urchins? We got some red sea urchins, which are the big ones. All right. And then they also caught a bunch of purple sea urchins. This is Strongylocentrodus purpuratus. So what's it like pulling up an urchin? Can you just grab them with your hands? What's the deal?
You can, but a bunch of the little spines fall off, so we used the knife. Where'd they go? We used abalone. He just throws them in there.
Nice. Use the abalone iron. Excellent.
Pry them off, but it's super easy to just pop them off with that.
Right now in California, guys, we're experiencing a sea urchin overexplosion. It is contributing to the near extinction of our Northern California kelp forests, and they let you take as many of these as you want. We were looking at regulations. I think the purple sea urchins are like unlimited in the amount you can take.
You can take 40 gallons per.
My God.
80 of these buckets. We took 3.
Wow.
80 of those buckets, yeah.
Wow. And then the red sea urchins, I think there is actually a limit on them, but it's not so great. We did cut one of these open up before. The gonads were a bit smaller. These guys don't have a lot that they're eating out there, so they're kind of in a metabolic zombie state. They're subsisting and they're living, but they're, whatever algae they're not eating, they eat off themselves and they do their thing.
Is that the technical anatomical term?
That's it. All right, we're gonna do the thing. All right, Izzy, one sentence that describes your morning. Go ahead.
Mind-blowingly amazing, awesome mermaid times, always.
What did you just say?
Don't put me on the spot, man.
Jack, one sentence to describe your oceanic adventure this morning.
Pretty chaotic, but overall successful.
Oh, that's wonderful.
The first time we went down, I just
Yeah.
immediately lost Sebastian. Like, where did he go?
And Sebastian, I know you're a man of few words, but how would you describe your adventure this morning?
Wonderful.
That's awesome. Hey, man, on behalf of PHS Mars and the Petaluma Wildlife Museum as well, you guys are like the most awesome alum. I really thank you guys for coming out. We're going to do an urchin dissection come Monday, and I want to wish the three of you guys a wonderful, wonderful, happy Thanksgiving. All right?
Happy
Tacata.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Somebody save me. Let your warm hands break right through. Somebody save me. I don't care how you do it, just stay.
Several days later.
How was your girls' dissection day?
Fun.
Yes. How about you, Stella?
You know, it was good. It smelled. I'm rubbing that.
It smelled expressly ripe. Very good.
Very ripe. That's the right word.
I cleaned them out.
You cleaned them out? Nice.
I got a tooth.
Excellent. Tooth.